You are not the only person that got this advice. I know other women, particularly when I was growing up in church, who would we had a church where women weren't allowed to speak or have any say. And so the women would get together and be like, here's how we have to let the men think that something was their idea. And my family of origin wasn't a matriarchy, so I had never seen this before. But as soon as I married my husband, I began to realize if I just suggest something or say something to him, almost instantly he says no, he shoots it down, he shames it. And I, as a young wife, I learned that, in order to get him on board with my ideas, I kind of have to do this weird manipulation thing where I get him to think it's his idea. And I think because men's comfort was centered for so long, a lot of them just haven't flexed that muscle of being able to accept new ideas. I often, in my own marriage at least, anytime I would do that, he often took it as criticism. And I was like, no. I'm just looking at the whole picture and I'm trying to make suggestions about how to make our life easier or how to take us in a direction we want to grow. But he would often see it as criticism, or he was just super resistant to anything that wasn't his idea, basically. I think this also points back to there's a bunch of corporate studies done on if women are talking in a group and being assertive or just being clear, men perceive the women in the group as being bitchy or bossy, because men are just unpracticed at hearing other ideas and they're used to being centered by women. And so if women aren't playing that role, they perceive them as being bitchy, bossy, or too talkative. When in fact, in a lot of those studies, the women actually talked far less than the men and even matched tone with the men. They weren't being any more or less aggressive, but they were perceived as being more aggressive. And I think that's just because for some reason, especially in the older generations of men, you just see so many of them just assuming that that's the way it should work. Women should center their feelings, their ideas, their comfort, and they haven't flexed that muscle of being able to receive new ideas, new advice, and incorporate it into their lives.